This is fire, baby. This shit hot in the mud, but good than a mud. That cluck cluck chicken. What is it called? Cluck cluck?
Cluck cluck chick bouillon.
Cluck cluck chick bouillon. This shit is fire. Girl.
Alright, I'm ready to sit down and eat. Hey happy people, so today we are going to be making an alkaline version of risotto. So let's just get started. First, here on my pan I have some alkaline butter already heating up because it was just pretty much stiff. So 4 tablespoons of alkaline butter already in my pan heating up here, so it would not be so, I can't talk, I can never talk, so it would be liquefied, melted down. We are going to put 1 tablespoon of grapeseed oil in with the alkaline butter. If you do not have the alkaline butter on hand or have not already seen that video, go check that video out. I will link that at the end of this video. Alright, so now I'm going to turn my heat up here because I just had it on low just to melt the butter. Alright, so while that's heating up, to substitute for our rice, because we know that only wild rice is the approved rice in the Alkaline Dr. Sea's nutritional list, we are going to substitute for KAMUT today. This KAMUT has been soaked for 24 hours. It has not been cooked, just soaked for 24 hours. Alright. We are using the copper sheriff today, so it's going to take a minute before it heats up. It doesn't heat up as fast as the copper still. I don't know why. Alright, starting to get some bubbles there. So now we're going to add our onion here. This was 1 large onion. And I'm going to let this saute down for just a minute here, get my onions all nice and soft. Alright, so our onions have sauteed down a little bit, so now we're going to add our not so garlic, our alkaline not so garlic here. Just warm that up there so we start smelling it really good. Alright, so now we can add our mushrooms. I have 2 cups here. This is just baby Bella's, just sliced. I'm going to add them and cook them down a little bit here. Alright, so I am going to cover this with a lid and let this cook for about 5 minutes. I just want my mushrooms to cook down a little bit there, start releasing their juices, and we'll be back. I keep saying that, we'll be back, like this is some kind of TV show. Alright, so our mushrooms have been cooking here for about 5 minutes. They have sauteed down here. Man, they smell so good. Mushrooms and onions together. Alright, so now we're going to add our KAMUT here. Stir that in really good. Now we're going to add some fresh thyme here. I have a couple of few sprigs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We might not use all of these. About 5 sprigs is about all you need. So alright, that is enough there. Quite a bit. I want to see some green in there. Alright, so now we're going to add our alkaline miso paste. No soy at all. Get that mixed in there. While I'm doing that, I will run the ingredients right here because I probably should have already did, but I didn't. Alright, so that's mixed in there pretty good. Now we're going to add our seasonings here. We have some sea salt, no cluck cluck bouillon, cluck cluck chick bouillon, and the alkaline Italian seasoning. There is no rosemary in this one. I didn't use that much sea salt because there is salt in the miso paste. So I would test it after this, like after you add it, then taste it, you know, season till your soul say yes, and then move on. Alright, so now we're going to add our green onions here. Alright, so now we're going to add our key lime juice. We are using quite a bit. Usually in risotto they use just a little bit, but then they also use white wine, cooking white wine. But because at this moment I do believe that all green grapes, seeded green grapes, have become extinct. Like last year was probably my last taste of those. Like I have not found any seeded grapes since, and it seems to be like all over the internet that nobody can find green seeded grapes. And I didn't want to use the red one because I'm worried that it might change the color of it and it become like a purple or a red color instead of the brown like color that risotto has. So we're just going to up the amount of key lime juice that we're going to use since we are using our mushroom broth too. So add the key lime juice here. We're going to let the acidity cook down just a little bit out of that. I plan to find a substitute for the green grapes for the green white cooking wine, so still we'll have a substitute for that when you need it, but right now I'm just looking for something that has like the same grape thing there. I may have to go with some rambutan or something. Alright, so we're going to let this cook down for a few minutes here. Let our rice, our KAMUT, absorb some of that juice there. And then we'll move on. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so our KAMUT has been cooking here for about 10 minutes. Just letting it cook as long as it can because you know like KAMUT cooks a lot longer than your normal rice. So we just wanted to cook down some of that liquid there. So now we're going to add our last liquid to cook us all the way down to a rice texture. Now KAMUT has like two textures. You can cook it to, it's almost like a corn texture, like that pop in your mouth, but then you can cook it longer. Like the corn texture usually is about 20 to 30 minutes, but you want to get more of a rice texture, you want to be like 15 minutes to an hour or so. So now I have my mushroom broth here. This is the mushroom and bell pepper broth. I am going to make a video of that so you guys can stop asking me about that. But this is about 6 cups here, so I'm going to pour just a little bit at a time, just enough for it to be enough to cover the KAMUT. And then I'm going to let that cook down, and then I'll pour more until I get that rice texture. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so now I'm just going to let that boil down, and what I'm looking for basically is the rice texture. When you get the texture that you want, that's the rice texture that you want for your KAMUT, then you can stop adding your broth here. But until then, you just want to add a little bit at a time, let it cook down, add a little bit more until you get the rice texture. So I'll be back when that happens. Alright, we are back here. It has been about 35-40 minutes here. I did not use the whole thing. This is probably about 1.5 cups left of the broth, but I am down to the rice texture that I want, and it has evaporated most of it, as you guys can see. So now I'm going to move on to the last stage here. And usually they add some kind of cream, sour cream, coconut cream, something like that, but I'm not going to use that. I literally just mixed 2 tablespoons of spelt flour and 2 tablespoons of walnut milk together. And we're going to use that as our base for cream here to just give it a little creaminess. And a little bit touch of broth. Mix that up really good there so your flour cooks. Might add a little bit more of the broth. Alright, now we're just going to let that cook just a little bit just to get the flour taste out of that. And I am going to go find Happy here. Alright, so I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, so we are all done here. Happy is getting us some forks for some taste tests. So while he's doing that, I have already cut off the heat. Now I'm just going to go ahead and plate this. It's so pretty and creamy. Look at that.
Happy, come out and play. Happy people. Y'all know what I like. Let's eat. See I move? You see that? Happy.
Put that over there. That's all on the side there.
What she done made us up in here?
We have an alkaline version of mushroom risotto. Now, we're going to add a little green onions and the rest of our fresh thyme there. Give us a little color on top.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, thyme.
What thyme is it?
A little bit.
Time to eat. Come out and eat. Delicious.
Alright, that should be enough on there.
Got enough thyme for you. Enough thyme.
Alright.
There you go, baby.
Thank you. As you can see, it's extremely hot, honey, so be careful.
You already know. Smoking Joe Frazier up in here.
Yeah, it is. It's really smoking.
Straight out the fire. I'm scared. Oh, this is fire. Not with the hot. That hot, but it's good. Y'all know what fire mean. You
Yeah.
see the smoke coming off this one. It's fire though. It's good.
This is good. Has a little rice texture to it.
The flavor. What you got in it?
Taste the umami flavor.
Yeah, it tastes good. What you got in here?
This is the KAMUT.
Okay.
Mushrooms and green onions. Cluck Cluck chick bouillon.
Where you get that from?
MrStayHappy.com. And while we're saying that, the alkaline butter, the Cluck Cluck bouillon, the what else did I use that is ours? The not so garlic. All those things that I said in the video and I used that you don't have or don't know if you have, this is your first time watching one of our videos, is at MrStayHappy.com. You can pick those up. They are all alkaline products off of the Dr. Sabi's nutritional list to be items from the nutritional list to create the seasonings and sauces and things that we provide.
Y'all better hurry up. This is awesome.
This is good.
It is real good.
All right.
Everything you cook is good, baby.
So, people, give me a thumbs up. You now have an alkaline risotto.
Risotto.
If this is your first time on our channel, go ahead and subscribe. Come on, welcome to the Stay Happy family.
Happy people.
Share, let other people know that there's amazing alkaline recipes out here. You just have to search for them and do them.
Come here, we got y'all. We got y'all. We got y'all.
Hit the notification bell so you'll be one of the first to see when we drop a video.
Ding.
What else is there? Go to MrStayHappy.com like we said.
Let's get to that pantry. Quit playing.
This right here will definitely keep your family happy.
Yes,
you will
it
stay
will.
happy with this. This is good.
Stay happy on there.
All right, people, and that is it for us today.
Finger looking good.
And until the next video, stay happy.
Yeah.
All my stress.